stop and put your books in your box. Now you are going to need to choose 4 crayons out of your box. Any 4 colors you'd like. Choose 4 crayons and then you can put your little box back.
I still have this.
You still have the highlighter, yes. I'm going to give you about 10 more seconds.
How many?
10 seconds to choose 4
No, I mean-
crayons. Oh, I'm sorry, 4. Mason needs 1 more. Awesome. Okay. Perfect. All right. Now, what you're going to do with these 4 crowns is when you are working by yourself, when you're not doing your reading with me, you're going to be working on this worksheet, and it talks about how words have consonants and vowels and consonants in them. Okay, who can remind me what a consonant is? What's a consonant?
A consonant is a letter that is not A, E, I, O, or U.
Perfect. And what is A, E, I, O, and U? Addison?
A vowel.
Those are vowels. Good. Okay. So you can see on this worksheet we have 4 boxes up top. And they all have endings. Okay, so what's this first ending say?
Ak,
Ak,
ik,
awk, hawk,
ik.
and ick. Good. So you're going to be looking down here on the bottom, and instead of cutting today, we're going to use our crayons. So we have 4 different colors. So you can decide which color you want each box to represent. So maybe if I were Mason, I might want the red crayon to represent any words that end in UCK. Okay? So I'm going to go down here and I'm going to be looking. Any words that I find end in UCK, what color would I make them?
Red.
Red. Okay? So do you get how it's done? Okay, so if I were you, my suggestion would be you take your crayons and decide which color you want each box to be. And then that way, when you're down here, all you have to do is look up and see which color you need to color that rectangle. Okay? So you clear on what you're doing when you're not doing reading? Okay. Does someone want to volunteer to start first with their reading? What's the number? Okay, I think we have a number between 1 and 10. And I have my number. Which is number 5. Okay, Addison, you're the lucky person who gets to start. Stand right beside me.
I'm not.
I'll show you. Come on over. Mace, you can go ahead and get started on this.
Wait, what was the lucky person?
The lucky person gets to start with your fluency read. So come on over.
I want to start with this.
Okay, you're going to sit here, Addison.
Okay.
So this is what we're reading today, okay? And what I'm going to have you do, just like we've done in the past, is, remember, you're not looking at it, right? You're going to take your time, and you're going to read each word carefully, right? And what should you start with?
The title.
The title, good. And you're going to get all the way to the bottom, and I'm going to be timing you to see how long it takes you. Now, should I rush through it and go really fast?
Stop
No.
at periods.
Stop at periods, take your break, and make sure that you're really working on saying those words correctly. Okay, so we're going to wait 1 second and get the timer ready. And you're so excited. I can see that.
Yeah.
Not quite yet. Still taking a second to get loaded here.
Yeah.
Not quite yet. My watch is a little slow. Oh, I can see it's almost ready. I like how you remembered to stop at the periods. That's good. When that bar gets all the way to across, it usually means it's
Go.
ready.
The nest. The wind was blowing. Birds was cold. When the wind was blowing, birds was cold. She turned around in her nest. Then Bird saw the hole in her nest. She asked
Crow for help. Crow was eating. She asked Jay for help. Jay was turning away. I can do it, said Bird. I will show them. Bird flew down to the ground. She found 6 twigs and picked up some fur. Bird took them to her nest. It was time to work. She put her fur over the twigs. She half fixed the hole. She said, hole, said Bird. Now I will have a warm nest.
Okay, nice job. Now tell me how you felt about that.
That one was weird.
Okay, what was weird about it?
It said Bird was cold.
Okay.
The wind was blowing. Bird was cold. It didn't make sense to me.
Okay, so it says the wind was blowing, bird was cold. Now it makes a little bit of sense. Okay, so you know what else I noticed that you did? There was a couple sentences that you skipped, okay? So what I want you to do is we're going to try it again, and this time I want you to use your finger, okay? And you're going to use your finger and you're going to track that whole line. Because I think that sometimes when you get over here, you get confused and you just jump down a line. And sometimes you accidentally skip a line when you do that. So let's use our finger to go across so that we know when we are moving on.
Now?
Hang on just 1 second. Okay, you ready?
The wind was blowing. Bird was cold. She turned around to her nest. Then Bird saw the hole in her nest. Can I fix it? Bird asked herself. She asked Crow for help. Crow was eating. She asked Jay for help. Jay was turned away. Bird flew down. I can do it, said Bird. I will show them. Bird flew down to the ground. She found 6 twigs and picked up some fur. Bird put the twigs over the hole. She put the fur over the twigs. I have fixed the hole, said Bird. Now I have a warm nest.
Okay, good job. How'd you feel about that one?
Good.
Better? Okay, I think you did better with your finger tracking. We're going to try one other way this time. We're going to use this, and we're going to have you move it down each time that you move down a line, because I still notice that you skipped a line. Okay? And I think you just get in a hurry. So,
Or we can use one of these.
that doesn't go quite as far as the words across the
I
page.
know,
so it
I
might
do
not
that
work.
with my bookmark all the time.
That's a great idea.
Can I get my bookmark?
Sure.
Wait.
Did you
What
bring
would
it?
I put in my book?
Well, you can put this in the book.
Oh.
Listen, you're doing a great job.
See, I put the book here.
Perfect.
I forgot. If I could.
Oh. We got one more read to do, so come on back.
No, I'm looking at what page I'm on.
Perfect. Okay. You gonna use that?
Yep.
All right. You ready?
This
Whichever one you want. Do you want to use the big paper or your bookmark?
title.
Okay. Remember to start at,
The title. The nest.
put it underneath. There you go.
Right. Now.
Mm-hmm.
The nest. The wind was blowing. Bird was cold. She turned around to her nest. Then she saw the hole in her nest. Can I fix it? Bird asked herself. She asked Crow for help. Crow was eating. She asked Jay for help. Jay just turned away. I can do it, said Bird. I will show them. Bird flew down to the ground. She found 6 twigs. She picked up some fur. Bird took them to her nest. It was time to work. Bird put the twig over the hole. She put the fur over the twigs. I have fixed the hole, said Bird. Now I have a warm nest.
Perfect. How did you feel about that one?
Good.
Good? You know what? That was much better. You didn't skip any lines. You made a couple mistakes and you corrected yourself as you went along. So that was awesome. Switch. You go work on your paper. Mace? Yep. Do one more. We'll get this ready for Mason.
So what do I do with the papers?
So
Oh, I
remember,
know.
you're using your 4 crayons.
There we go. Almost
Thank
put
you.
that down.
I didn't bring that. Okay, you ready? Take your time.
The nest. The wind was blowing, Bird was cold. She turned around in her nest. Then Bird saw the hole in her nest. Can I fix it? Bird asked herself. She asked Crow for help. Crow was eating. She asked Jay for help. Jay was just turned away. Jay just turned away. I can do it, said Bird. I will show them. Bird flew down to the ground and found 6 twigs. She picked up some fur. Bird took them to her nest. It was time to work. Bird put the twigs over the hole. She put the fur over the twigs. She put the fur over the twigs. I have fixed the hole, said Bird. Now I have a warm nest.
Awesome. Okay, tell me how you felt about that one.
I felt a little fast, but
Okay. You felt like you were rushing
yeah,
a little bit?
I
Okay.
was just a tiny bit.
And when you used your finger to track, tell me why you did that.
I did that because I'm kind of like addicted to doing that.
Oh, okay. It helps you keep your place?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because sometimes when I don't do that, when I read chapter books,
Mm-hmm.
I go through and I'm like, no, I forget what line I'm
You
supposed to
forget
go
what
on.
line you're on, or sometimes you might reread it.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought that was pretty good. We're gonna try it again and see if you can improve on what you felt like you rushed on this time, okay? Are you ready?
The nest.
Go ahead.
The nest. The wind was blowing, Bird was cold. She turned around in her nest. Then Bird saw the hole in her nest. Can I fix it? Bird asked herself. She asked Crow for help. Crow was eating. She asked Jay for help. Jay just turned away. She asked Jay. I can do it, said Bird. I will show them. Bird flew down to the ground. She found 6 twigs. She picked up some fur. Bird took them to her nest. It was time to work. Bird put the twigs over the hole. She put the fur over the twigs. I have fixed the hole, said Bird. Now I have a warm nest.
Nice job. So out of those two, which one do you feel like you did better on?
Um,
And remember, better doesn't mean it was quicker. It just means it felt more comfortable and you maybe didn't make as many mistakes with your words or
The second.
the second one.
Wait, no, the first.
You think the first one? Okay. I really only noticed a couple mistakes.
Did I miss a few lines?
No, you repeated a line, but that's okay. Sometimes that happens when you are going through it like that. So we're gonna try one more time and then we'll see which one of
My
those
time was less.
time was less the second time. Okay, you ready?
The nest. The wind was blowing, Bird was cold. She turned around in her nest. Then Bird saw the hole in her nest. Can I fix it? Bird asked herself. She asked Crow for help. Crow was eating. She asked Jay for help. Jay was just turned away. I can do it, said Bird. I will show them. Bird flew down to the ground. She found 6 twigs. She picked up some fur. Bird took them to her nest. It was time to work. Bird put the twigs over the hole. She put the fur over the twigs. I have fixed the hole, said Bird. Now I have a warm nest.
Awesome. That one feel pretty good?
Mm-hmm.
You did great. Okay. You know what? You can go over back to your chair. So, real quick, Mason, you can work a little bit more on that. I'm gonna ask you something. No, we're not gonna color on that. So, when we're reading like that, is it more important to go fast, or is it more important to get the words correct?
Get the words correct. So
Yeah.
go slow.
Okay, doesn't mean you have to go slow, but it means that
Just
you
kind of
wanna-
like kind of like the right pace.
at a normal pace, right? Because if I read something and I just decide I want to read it really fast and I mess up on a lot of words, is it going to make sense?
No, you'll be
No.
like, and then you'll mess up when if you have to retell it.
If you have to retell it, exactly. If you have to be able to tell what the story says, if you rush through it just to get through it, you're not going to know what it really means, right?
And what if they ask questions after?
Exactly, very good. So while Mason's still working on that, we probably won't have time to finish it, but let's look at the worksheet that you've been doing. So, Addison, I want you to choose 5 of your pink words.
Because I
You
have 2
kinda
of
have
them.
2
and I got
pinks. Maybe your light pinks, your OCK
Duck.
words, and let's do your OCK words. Choose
Oh.
5 and read those aloud for us.
Dock,
Mm-hmm.
sock. Wait, how many?
5. And you have 2.
Knock,
Good,
block,
good.
rock.
And rock. Good. Now let's do 5 of your green words.
Wick, pick, sick. Take.
Awesome. How about red?
Back, rack, jack, sack.
One more. So one more.
Crack.
Crack. Okay. Good job. Now your UCK words.
Duck, wait, no.
Mm-hmm. UCK.
Duck. Wait, I said duck now.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, it's a UCK word.
Duck. Truck. Mug, buck,
One more.
suck.
Okay. Perfect. Good job. Mason, why don't you choose? You can put it in your folder. Mm-hmm. Mason, choose 2
What is this?
of your
What is this?
UCK words.
Duck and suck.
Okay. How about your ICK?
2. Sick, pick.
Okay. If I asked you what that word was, what would you tell me?
Crack.
Good. What about this one?
Knock.
Okay. Let's do one more, and then you can put that in your folder and finish that one later. How about your ACK words? Choose 3 ACK words.
Back,
rack, sack, jack.
Awesome. Okay,
What are
perfect.
boxes if we don't finish?
I just have them put over on the side, just because they take up a lot of space. Okay. So Mason, why don't you go ahead and put that in your folder. Put your crayons away if you haven't already done that,
I just put my crowns on mine.
if you'd like. And
What is-
we're
oh.
going to move on to our next one.
Okay.
So we're going to be reading a news story here in just a little bit, but I have a question for you first. And that question is, have you ever dreamed of ever living somewhere different?
I live somewhere different right now.
You do. You just moved, didn't you? Yeah.
Oh, but we're staying at somebody's house
You're
for a little
Are
bit.
you staying with your aunt?
We're
Oh,
staying
just-
with one of our friends.
With one of your friends. Okay. Have you ever dreamed of living someplace like far away, like you've never?
We're going to.
You are.
We're gonna move out of state.
You are.
We're gonna move to Chicago or Atlanta.
And is that going to be exciting? Are you excited about that?
Is she
I'm
gonna come
excited
there
that I'm
anymore?
going to go on a plane, but I'm not excited that I'm going to live with my friends.
Oh, but you know what, Mason? You're going to make new friends.
Is he gonna?
Because you're a good kid like that.
Is he gonna be here anymore?
No.
He might be moving. Addison, have you ever thought of a place? Have you ever dreamed of living in a place different than
When I was born, we had to move.
when you were born? But what about someplace far away? Like sometimes
Because when
I.
I was born, my sister had her crib, so I couldn't sleep in that one. So I had to sleep in a drawer.
Oh,
Well, they didn't close it.
right. Okay. All right.
And I was
And
So
it
what
was
about
weird.
has anybody ever dreamed of like living at Disney World?
I've dreamed of living in the pool,
You dreamed of living in a pool?
at the pool.
At the pool. Ooh, what would that be like? Do you think?
I think it would be kind of crazy.
Get a little bit crazy. What if you could get into the food place and get all the frozen pizza you wanted? Would that be awesome? Addison, what if you could think of someplace crazy to live? Where would that be?
A pottery room.
A pottery room, so you could do all the crafts that you wanted. Yeah.
My grandma made a little artillery set.
Oh. You know
Was
what?
our
Sometimes
teacher.
I think that I would love to live in the zoo. Would that be fun?
My grandma
No.
is a teacher.
No?
You are a teacher. My grandma's a teacher, and she is a
Because you
teacher
know
with
what?
pottery.
Some people actually have some of the animals unlocked.
Oh, yeah, that would be a little bit scary. You're right. I just thought it would be fun just to be able to.
But you actually could live for one night.
Yeah, one night would be fun. All right, so we're going to read a story today. And this story is about a duck. Okay? And this duck, he dreams of living someplace else. He lives somewhere now, and he dreams of living someplace else. So in the story, he goes to find a new place to live, and things don't quite turn out like he thought they would. So we're going to read a little bit about that. But before we start that, there's going to be a few words in this story that I think you're still going to recognize them, but I want to talk a little bit about what they mean just in case. Okay? So the first word that you are going to see, perhaps in our story, is this word. You know what this word is?
Trotted.
Trotted.
I've heard of it, but I
Okay.
forgot what it means.
You've heard of it, but you forgot what it means.
It
Okay?
Horses trot.
Horses do trot. And what do you think that means?
It means
Addison.
walking
Okay?
or kind of running fast with horses.
Kind of running fast. Okay?
And
Awesome.
then I put it in that.
Let's see. What about this word?
Waddled.
Waddled.
Waddled?
Waddled. What kind of animal
Penguin.
waddles?
What? Penguin.
A penguin waddles? What else?
Waddle. A wiener dog?
A wiener dog? What about in this story I just told you about? There was going to be a character,
A duck?
a duck. Waddle, right? So when you waddle, you kind of go back
I've
and
never
forth.
seen my cousin's duck waddle.
You kind of go side to side, kind of like a penguin when you think about a penguin.
My
Okay?
cousin's ducks never do that. Community.
Close.
Companion.
Close. This word.
Compassion.
What's this?
Come.
What's the T-I-O-N make? What sound?
Tin.
remember?
Commotion.
Commotion. What is commotion? Have you ever heard of somebody saying, there's a lot of commotion in there?
It's a lot of noise.
A lot of noise. That means there's a lot going on at one time and it's kind of confusing. Okay? This one's going to be an easy one.
Noisy.
Noisy. What's it mean? What's it mean?
It
to be
means that
noisy?
somebody's being really loud.
Making lots of sounds, right?
Like a trumpet or a drum.
All right. So we talked about trotted, and we said trotted means kind of a
Run
run,
slowly.
a slow run. So like a horse. Okay. Waddled, we said, means you kind of go back and forth, side to side. Noisy making a lot of sounds.
Like this.
And then commotion was the one that is a loud activity that makes it kind of confusing. Where at school do you think we have commotion?
Oh, the gym.
The
Because
gym?
sometimes people scream.
Okay. Where else?
Where people scream.
I'm thinking of a place at our school where we sometimes might have a lot of commotion.
Ooh.
Gym.
Besides the gym, what's another place?
Oh, the lunchroom.
The lunchroom. Absolutely.
Oh,
There's a lot of
I do
commotion
not
at
like
that time.
that.
Right?
That's why sometimes my dad takes me out to eat.
Yeah, it gets to be a little loud. Okay, perfect. So those are the words that we're going to run into. Now,
we're going to have a snack.
we are in just a little bit. Before we start our book, we're going to play one quick little game.
Yes.
Okay?
You want
Now.
this?
Nope, we can move it this way.
Okay.
There are 4 cards here, and you each are going to draw 2 of them. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to see on this card there's a sentence. Your job is you're going to turn and face your partner, which you guys are partners today, okay? You're going to turn and face your partner. You're going to read your sentence out loud. Now, you'll notice on the card there are lines. What do you think I meant when I put those lines there, Mason?
It's some. My teacher always does that.
Your teacher always says that?
It's either like a name. It's like a name.
Oh,
Okay.
I know.
What I would like for you to do when you see a blank or a line,
Fill
that
it
means
in with
you're
your
going to fill
mouth.
it in with whatever you would put in that. So if the sentence was, my name is Mrs. Olson and I live in, no, we're not going to write, we're going to talk. We're going to talk, so you won't need that, okay? So you would fill in that sentence, okay? So I'm going to mix them up. And we'll let Addison start since
Since she
she's
got-
our lady.